Hi, this is Rosemary, and this is my Jingle journal, Christmas journal for this year. The requirements were that it was to be made from a brown envelope and have at least 20 sheets of paper folded in half, and that it include 3 bills. And there you see, I attached them to paper clips. So this is my journal. It is really, here's the back. I have a pocket back there where in case you need some extra room. I don't see why, but there's some extra room for it. I was inspired to make this journal by, I found some paper. I like to go to thrift stores, and when I went to drop off my son this year in college, I went through one and I found these sheets of paper that you get when you write, like I guess holiday letters. And it was over in several bins. And then I remembered that I had this stash of paper that I had bought several years ago at a thrift store and I hadn't used. So I said, oh, all right, Eureka. This is going to be a wonderful way and a fun way to use up paper. And of course, I also had a box full of Christmas scrap papers. The closure is a button with some bias tape bow there. You push down and it's quite easily to open. As you can see, it's a pretty chunky journal. I probably used maybe 6 or 7 brand new pages. Most of the brand new pages came for the cover. Here are some envelopes for some greeting cards. There are 5 greeting cards I used in this journal. So here we go. Like I said, probably 5, maybe 8 at the max are new. The rest is just scrap paper. So this is a paper. Many times I leave the first page blank for the person to write their dedication, whatever. And here's another. I picked these up quite a few years ago from Michael's. Here is a paper, and it was such an unusual shape that I made it into a pocket. I think you've seen these pages, and you cut out half of it and you have this weird shape. So I said, oh, I'll make it into a pocket. This is a Polaroid template. And the strip of paper is just to show the person who receives this that they can put a photo there or put a picture there, whatever makes you happy. Again, you recognize this paper. You see this weird greenish color? This was probably one of the first pads of paper I bought many years ago, and I want to use it up. So you'll see this color, and it works. This is a double pocket, and I also bought these little gift tags that I use as tuck spots. All my tags are made out of scrap paper that was in this box. So here we go. Again, you can see 'tis the season to be jolly. This was a scrap piece of paper. I made it into a pocket. And this is one of those pockets. This is a very unusual journal for me because this is the only place I stamped. Most of the time my journals are full of stamping. Again, there's a tag. There's the pocket with some of the papers. It just lifts it up. It's just very plain red paper. You can journal on there. This is one of the greeting cards. My parents, I guess they donate, their charity sends them Christmas cards more than they need. And I love to use greeting cards because there's a space to journal. I make a pocket right there, and right behind there I put hinges, so there's another pocket. So it's really almost like a double pocket. And plus the decoration. This is really good when you have a piece of paper that's almost too busy to journal on and you want to cover it with something. Again, here are some wreaths. And the back of the paper, I had this another pattern paper that had nothing but stripes. So I decided to cut them and use them as edging to decorate the edging of my paper. There are 3 of these envelopes I printed from Pinterest last year, and I thought they would be really nice and appropriate right there. They form nice little pockets. And what I did was I hinged 2 of the envelopes. Here's the hinge. It's also will work as a tuck spot. And you can see right there, red on red, really good choice. How about turning it over? You can use this as a tuck spot. And I decorated the envelope with some stickers from Michaels. Again, this paper line you can kind of see. This was a band of paper, and you'll see the other half. And it forms a pocket. And what I decided to do was I used 2 of these little strips of red paper just to make it look a little bit different, and it just added so much to it. So it's amazing what strips of paper will do. So it's a nice big pocket full of decoration there. This is that stationery paper. It forms a tuck, a side tuck right there. You could also write there, make some lists, and then there's some added space. This is a tuck spot. It's a coincidence that I was randomly, sorry, the book kind of got away from me, randomly just putting the bills in. Whoever receives this can move it any way they wish. Here's again more paper. And you know, it seems to all match, even though they're not from the same paper line. This is there's my dogs having a fight with each other. And so this, I cut a slit on this paper to form like a pocket. A little bit of a tight fit, but it does work. You could also journal on the back. Okay, the greeting cards. I've explained that before already. There you can see it right there. Oops. And isn't he a cute one? And this is one of those pockets. This time I put him at the very top. Sorry, I'm moving the book around, but it's just kind of bulky. One of the few I did not stamp. This one got away from me. And at the top, if you just add bottom pockets, your book kind of gets bottom heavy, and I'll show you it was happening with me there. So I began putting some tucks or pockets at the top. This is, you can fix anything. And there was a little square that I missed when I was punching. So I got out my little circle punch and fixed it, and it adds a little whimsy there. I love this candy cane paper, and I wanted to do something with it, but it was a really strange kind of shape. Not big enough, but too big sometimes. And so what I did was I put tucks on all 3 sides of it. So it tucks right on the side there. The peppermints are tucks. And as you can see, here's my little tag with a little stamp there. And there's a tuck up here and one up there. So here we go. That looks familiar. This is the back of the paper, and I had a Martha Stewart punch, and this is the envelope, so I decided to continue that theme. So I got some blue, cut the snowflakes in half, and it makes a really pretty border. Here is the back of the envelope. There you see the tuck or the hinge, and this paper, you can see how it can tuck in. And this little snowman is again one of those gift tucks or gift tags, excuse me, and it also holds the flap in place as well as see how everything can fit in really very nicely. So I have I used 2 snowmen. I didn't realize they were so close together, but that happens. And this is some stationery, some old, where it is folded up, and you can journal on them, and I glued it so there's a pocket space in the back. And this is the third, I believe, greeting cards, and this one I just put it in the middle, and I just added some stars for some journaling space right there. And again, you see I've talked about how I do the edging to add decoration. This again is one of those tuck spots, and again, those stripes, you know how these are just leftover pieces, so I just glued them down the middle there, and it adds a little, you know, pop to this. Same thing with this. This was just stripes going one way, and I glued another piece of those little dots, and it makes the page match. This is a little tuck spot right up here made from a sticker. And again, the little gingerbread is a gift tag. It was a wonderful deal with them. When you think of papers not matching, but it still kind of works, this is an example of it. None of these pages, they're two different, maybe even three different lines of paper. And this is just a leftover. I just thought it was so pretty, these little trees, so it went into my box. It's now a pocket. And here's some memos, memo pad, and some cards I got from Michael's. And all this stuff I pick up from Michael's, about 90% of it I pick up after Christmas sales. And I thought it needed a little blue just to make, so they could see it's a pocket. Otherwise, they kind of blended together. Here are some examples of tags. They're pretty papers. You can see that they were just leftover pieces. But once you put the little eyelet and cut it and put some, you know, yarn, thread, whatever, it works. Here's again another one of these. See this paper right here? Well, there was this piece left over. So leftover strips, put a sticker on there. Look what nice little stationery it is. And there were just pieces of paper lying on my table as I was working. This is also one of those gift tags. And this is an embellished paper clip. Again, another one of those tags. This is brand new paper. This is the center of the signature. You see, this is the Santa Claus envelope. This is the second envelope I printed from Pinterest. The other side, add some stickers to it so it looks like stationery, and you can journal on all of this. Same thing here. This is a different pad of paper, strip of paper I had. I think it's one of the prettiest pages, and I just stuck a sticker there, and it looks very, very pretty. It goes along with this. I think I talked about the opposite pocket on this. This was also this tree. It was just a big piece of tree in my box, and yes, this was another, and it only goes just up to there. It's not the full page. And I had this pocket. I made this pocket to cover that missing part, and it works. It's really a really nice page. And right here you can see you can put a lot of tags into this. It's pretty big and a lot of room on there. Again, stationery. And like I said, I want to put some top pockets. This is a memo that I just backed with some leftover file folder. And this is again one of those where I left, because it's like a cardstock, I could do that. If it was just thin paper, it wouldn't quite work. So it's tuck spots on all three corners of this page. Talked about this already. This is the back of the reindeer card, and I covered it up because the greeting was kind of cut off. It didn't work out, and their little decoration. Here you can see the reindeer card. I put a belly band on the pocket that I like to use, and here's a leftover piece of paper, and I bought these, I don't know, a couple years ago. And there it goes for a message. Again, double pocket. This is another piece of that paper left over. It was a strip. And I've talked about the tag in front of the pocket. This might be one of the last greeting cards. It works the same way. This is the envelope, the other envelope, and it has penguins. As you can see, there's a lot of journaling, a lot of pockets, a lot of tucks. This paper, so what can I do with it? So I put some little tucks, corner tucks right there for my little tags. And then I had this, and I had some of these strips left over. There was a third one that got lost on my table, and I decided I would just use them as side tucks. And as you can see, there they work. Really nice. Just be creative. When you see look at your scraps, what can I do with it? And again, because of this cardinal, I had this piece of paper with some little red birds also. I used this poinsettia paper. I challenged myself to use it because I thought, oh my. And it is pretty paper, but how is it going to work in a journal? Well, this is how it worked. And so you see my little, you see my technique there. This was the top of a pad of paper and it had a hole in it. So this is how I solved the whole problem right there. And again, as we work our way through this, I cut a slit through it because I thought, oh, this is pretty. I don't know if I like them. They're a little bit of a tight fit. This is the bag. And here's some memo paper that I picked up last year, and it's with the gift theme of this double page right here. Again, double pocket tuck. This is also, besides being a decoration, it's a tuck. You could glue it down after you've written on it. It works really nice. And as you can see, I'm playing with many different colors, and in this type of a junk journal, they work. Again, talked about this type of tucks. This is a tux that I've talked about. But this paper is just kind of fun. All these words, and there's a tuck spot up there. So you can tuck on the top, you can write on the page, you can tuck on the bottom. This is the last of the Pinterest printouts, printing pages. There were 3 styles, the Santa Claus, the snowman, and the reindeer. Mentioned about the hinge. Here's that. This was the leftover page that I use those for tuck spots up here. It can go down here at the bottom. This page is plain. And I put this just so that, sometimes it's kind of weird just to leave a page plain. I do like plain pages because they give you, the new owner, a chance to do something with this. This is again one of those corners that formed the pocket right there. And as you can see, the papers, this also has a different stamping there. Got a chance to use some of these stamps that I only use once a year. So it was really hard for me not to stamp. Again, these are tags you find at Michael's. This is leftover little piece of paper with a gingerbread. And this time it's a side tuck where I put these little ornaments. And we come to the end. And so here at the end is another pocket. And there's another place to put. What I did, here's my eyelet. My eyelet is right here. And I said, well, kind of thought about how am I going to attach this bias tape without having a knot, a big, which I thought would be kind of, awkward. So what I did was I punched another hole, made a bow right there, ran it through the eyelet, So there you see, it's a nice little decoration there. And then the 2 strips, you close it right there. And I like the closure there. Kind of solved my problem on that. I don't know. The only thing, the bias tape is not as full as I would like, but I think it works. So again, thank you for watching my Jingle junk journal for this year. And again, we'll see you again. Thank you for watching.